Hi everybody, it's Monika with lifewithmonika.com. On this channel you'll find videos on teaching online, mom life, and growing your brand so you can walk away from that 9 to 5. Today I want to go over the good and bad of working with Outschool. I've been teaching with Outschool for almost a year now. Wow, yeah, almost a year now. And I've learned a lot that I want to pass on to you if you're thinking about applying with them or if you just got started. Number 1, you have to prep for your classes. You can use tons of different sources like Google Slides, Nearpod. I use my iPad, my computer, my laptop. I love these because they allow you to be creative and very interactive. And what's really awesome is that once you put that initial work into your class, you can reuse that material over and over and over again. So make sure you're creating classes that you truly enjoy. Number 2, bookings aren't consistent. They just aren't. An example, I have 3 ongoing classes each week. I can have anywhere from 3 to 9 students. It can change week to week. I never know. I can have 5 students signed up for a multi-day class during one session, and then the next time I offer it, I might have 7, and the time after that, I might have 2. You just really never know. 3, parent interaction. You will inevitably at some point have to deal with refunds, IT issues, schedule conflicts from parents who have signed their kids up, a whole list of stuff. My advice on that is to make sure that your class descriptions are very clear on how you deal with each of those situations. And also something else I ran into was a parent signed their child up for one of my classes and they were way outside of the age range. I contacted them and ended up working it out before class started. But after that, I put a disclaimer in my class descriptions for parents to pay close attention to the age range. Number 4, lesson copycats. At some point, you will probably come across somebody that has made a very similar class listing as you. First, don't stress out about it. Outschool does a great job with shutting those down, but at the end of the day, remember that only the person that actually created the lesson can teach it the way it was meant to be taught. So while that other person might have some success with what they borrowed from you, they won't have the success that you do. Number 5, their cut. Outschool takes 30% of our earnings, but I don't stress out too much about it because in my opinion, it's worth it. They do the advertising, the marketing. I get to use their Zoom platform. So while I don't like to think about the money that they've made off of me, I still feel like I get my money's worth. Number 6, consistency. As I have mentioned in one of my other videos, you shouldn't rely on one online teaching platform for your pay. You should always have a backup in case one company or another either goes away or your bookings go down in one. You always want to have a backup plan. Sorry about my dog barking. The trash man just came. Number 7, salary varies. I know some teachers put out videos regarding how much money they have made in a short amount of time. When I see these videos, I remind myself that most of those teachers are doing this full time. I'm not. So the fact that I made over $1,000 in 1 month last year on a very part-time basis, it's pretty awesome for me and it gets me really excited. Of course, I would love to make the amount of money that these other teachers are making, but when you look at it, only about 5% of those teachers make more than $20,000. Now, don't get me wrong, I still watch those videos because I want to see what tips I can implement in my own classes so that I can get the most out of them. Because at the end of the day, it is my goal to do this full time. Number 8, getting rejected. I was very fortunate to get hired on with my first application, but I know there have been many others who have applied 3 or 4 or 5 times before finally getting hired on. Sometimes it just takes multiple tries to get hired. You make tweaks and something finally just works. That goes for lesson plans as well. Sometimes I will have a lesson plan get approved within an hour, and other times I have to edit my lesson plan 3 or 4 times before it finally gets approved. There really is no rhyme or reason, because I have noticed that some of the things that they want me to edit, I didn't need to put into my other classes. So I think it also depends on who is reviewing your submittal. Number 9, parent reviews. It never feels good when you get your first 4 or lower star review. It's even worse when the parent doesn't give feedback as to why they left that review. I have gotten 2 reviews that were less than 5 stars, and I addressed them both. But I was very respectful and I didn't answer them right away because I wanted to make sure I wasn't answering out of anger or disappointment. Just remember that if you have a lot of 5-star reviews and you get 1 or 2 that are less, it is what it is. You really sometimes just can't make everybody happy. I thank them for their feedback and then I address the issue respectfully. I do this for particular ones that have a complaint about something in my class because I want to make sure if other parents see that comment, they can see how I address it. That's just important to me. And another tip, speaking of that, after your classes are finished, I would suggest messaging the parents to thank them for letting their child attend your class. I think this puts a personal touch with the parents. Number 10, competitors. When you are starting out, it's important to do your research when you are deciding on what classes you're going to put on. It's important to see what's out there, see how many teachers are teaching the topic that you want to teach. It's important to see how they word things so that you can get an idea without copying them, of course. You should take note of what you like about their listing and what you don't like about it. It's also great to see how much they charge and compare it to what you are planning to do. But again, please remember this is for ideas, not to copy what they are doing. Also, don't let yourself get overwhelmed or discouraged if you see a lot of teachers teaching the same type of classes that you want to teach. Still do it. Only you can teach your class like you can. If you have a series of classes that you were hoping your students will move on to, don't worry that if they see another teacher doing the same thing that they're going to jump ship and go be with them. If you have taken the time and done a good job building that relationship with them, they are more likely to stay with you. And at the end of the day, if they decide to go to another teacher, it doesn't mean you're going to get less students. Do the best that you can do with building those relationships and don't worry about the things that you truly can't control. I hope these 10 points help you get started on your Outschool journey. Thank you so much for watching. If this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit subscribe so I can keep making content that is helpful to you. And if there are any other topics you would like to see from me, please reach out to me as I would love to create the things that you need. Thanks. Bye.